Hello everyone, this is Randy Malden with Supply Leaders Academy. So glad you could join me this evening to find all about the Supply Chain Mastery Program so you can become a highly paid, highly sought after supply chain professional in only 12 weeks. I really appreciate you taking the time tonight to get oriented to the course because we're going to kick this off on Tuesday with our first class on contracting and negotiations. We're going to get this started so you can start implementing what you learn and showing value back to your organization as quickly as possible. In doing that, we want to make sure that you are able to show them because there's lots of opportunity for you. Your decision to invest in this program, to invest in yourself, and to grow is going to present you with multiple opportunities in the future. There's a need for you. Why is there such a need for you? Well, there's 85% of CEOs surveyed believe they could not survive a supply chain disruption. Wall Street Journal is saying that many businesses underestimate the supply chain threats that they have. They can't name key suppliers and don't have contingency plans in place. Now, this is very interesting because as you go through this training, go through this program, you're going to know more about your supply chain, about your company, your organization's supply chain than even they do. You become an asset because you become a problem solver. And that's what you want to become, somebody that's problem solving, making things happen. When everyone else is trying to figure something out, you have solutions. Another point of the survey was 83% of CEOs do not believe they have optimized their supply chain, which means they are not making as much money as they possibly could. Another article from the Wall Street Journal, big manufacturers tighten their supply chain as low growth forecasts spread. GE squeezing and realigning suppliers to maintain their profit margins, trying to get optimization. These are key competitive advantages in the marketplace by being able to bring in profit to your supply chain. And that's one of the things we talk about lots and lots of time. I no longer say cost savings that you're bringing to a company. Never, ever say it again. Now you're bringing in profit. Every dollar you save brings profit right back to the bottom line. If you save $100, it's $100 profit. 100,000, a million, whatever it is profit right back to the bottom line that they did not expect. That's the value you're bringing to the organization because you are a strategic sourcing advisor. Diversity spend is becoming a priority. Walmart spent approximately $14.7 billion in women and minority-owned businesses. And why is that important? Because to manage your supply chain effectively, you need to be able to leverage diverse businesses, small businesses, because they bring something to the table that large businesses just can't do. Can't do it. And as a result of your success, every 2.5% in cost savings is the same amount of profit that a sales professional brings when they increase sales by 10%. Companies that manage their supply chain are 73% more profitable than other companies. And you can only imagine, look at the companies that are successful out there, the Toyotas, the Walmarts, all these type of companies that are out there, they're profitable, they're surviving these economic recessions, they are being ahead of their competition because they're managing their supply chain. And they show that 40% return on investment for supply chain initiatives, which is a wonderful thing. So you will go from daily crisis to predictable resources because of your investment in this training as a strategic sourcing advisor in doing that. You're going to get a higher salary, 8 to 10% more than professionals who are not CPSM certified. It's an ISM salary survey that's gone multiple years in a row, and it always consistently shows that those that are CPSM certified are making more than those that are not because you demonstrate value. You demonstrate value over and above your peers because you have these strategies in your hip pocket, ready to execute. Ready to execute. You have proven success by using the best practices that are out there and having the fundamentals that you can change and adjust based on a specific situation. Is this something that's required? Is this something that's required? What I can tell you based on interviews we've done with headhunters is that yes, it is becoming something that's required. If you want to move up the supply chain, move up the food chain in your company and move ahead, you are required to have this. It's a difference in position. We had someone who recently went through our course last year, became CPSM certified, and she was being interviewed for a buyer's position. but because she was CPSM certified, the hiring manager offered her a senior buyer position because she was CPSM certified. Now, this was something that she did not expect. She was, looking for a job, just trying to get her foot in the door, and the hiring manager saw the CPSM at the end of her name and said, she is higher qualified. I'm not sure if you're going to like it here because you're CPSM certified, so we're going to offer you a higher level position. Now, this is not saying it's going to happen to you, but what I am saying are these opportunities, real stories that are coming out based on people getting certified in supply management. But there are a lot of challenges to what you're going to have to go through over the next 12 weeks. One, lack of opportunity to get this kind of training. And by investing in this training as you have done, you're going to have that opportunity. Lack of opportunity in your company because there's competition for resources. You, sales, marketing, operations, all competing for training dollars, and trying to get that dollar, and where are they going to spend it, and how are you going to get that priority, how are you going to get that opportunity? And then once you get that opportunity, do you have the support? Do you have the support of your managers, your executives? Do they see the value in what you're going to do? That's why we want to show a return on your investment as quickly as possible, as soon as we get started, so you can bring things back to the table to show them that what you're doing is important in bringing back something to the company. Supply chain management is changing. It has been changing consistently over the last 5 years, and it's going to change more. You can just look at the degree programs they're offering out there at universities and colleges. Look at the job positions that are being offered out there, and they're looking for people that are certified and understand supply chain management, and it only makes sense. Would a company ever hire an accountant who was not a certified professional accountant, or an engineer who didn't go through engineer certification, whatever their specialty is, or a lawyer who didn't pass the bar, but yet they're hiring procurement professionals out there that manage anywhere from $4 million to $20 million of their company's money, and they're not even asking them to be certified. They don't know if they know what they're supposed to know in regards to supply chain management in doing that. Okay, so you need to get ready, and that's what we're going to do in this virtual training. You are going to get ready, and you're going to bring a lot of stuff to the table, and that's why you're here tonight, to learn what's this all about, how's it going to work, and how can I make this work for me. One, you're going to go through live webinars just like you're experiencing right now, Tuesdays and Thursdays night, from now into June, going through different parts of the curriculum specifically for the Certified Professional Supply Management, but it's the mastery of supply chain management. It's interactive, just like we're talking here. There's going to be an opportunity at the end of this webinar to ask questions. Questions during the webinar that you need to ask, and we'll have those opportunities to ask those questions. 22 different sessions based on this schedule. You can see this, go to this, and you can have this, and it's already loaded up, ready to go inside the membership portal, so you can get access and go ahead and register. And I would recommend you do go ahead and register and get these on your calendar, because you have them set aside. If you can make the live trainings, great, but if not, we have the recordings. Inside the membership site are going to be the recordings of the webinar, just like here, and that way you can see them again and again and again, and you have lifetime access. That's another benefit, because once you earn the certification, continuing education hours is paramount, because you have to have 60 every 3 years. So you can continue to get invitations to the live training, continue to get access to the webinars and the portals, so you're going to be able to not only get your certification through this training, but maintain your certification without it costing you any more money, only the time invested. But I want to show you the portal tonight and take a look at that so you can kind of see how it works. You come in, you're going to get this access as soon as you register. Within 24 hours, we're going to give you your access. You're going to get your login, your email, your password, get in, CPSM training, log in, go to that website, you're going to log in. As soon as you log in, it's going to bring you to this page. This video here gives you more orientation similar to what I'm getting ready to show you, so you can see that again. And you're going to click this button right here. It's going to click to register for your live webinars. Once you click that button, it's going to take you to this page where you can already see we got our loaded up, dates registered, ready to go. So you go in there, look at that URL, click, get that click, go into there, and make sure that you register and get access. Now, this is behind the protected content. Don't share this with people who don't have access. We go through the roster every time before class starts, make sure people that are in our class are involved in the training. If not, we kick them out because they have not invested the way you have. So you go in there, you get those live webinars, you can come in, you can see that you'll get this specific email as something else we'll send out the day of training. So you have access here, live webinars, you get access right here. Then you see register here, you get this email on the day of the training, which also gives you the same link. When you click that link, it's going to take you to this page right here, and you're going to register. First name, last name, email, and phone number. Once you register, it's going to send you another email just like this one, where if you see right here, click the link to join the webinar, click that link, that when it's time to start, click that link, it's going to bring you right in here. Most likely you'll see this page first, just like you saw tonight. Once we start the webinar, we're going to bring you in just like you see here, and then you're going to see that you have all this control panel right here. Now, control panel, what you see, you have handouts. And if you look at your control panel right now, you have handouts. You can download those. You can have those downloaded for every course. You can have mind maps. You can have questions and answers. You can have all kinds of cool stuff that you can download to continue your study. And these documents are also in the membership portal, so you can get access to that. We're going to do polls. Let me show you how these polls work. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and launch one right now. Just go ahead and participate. Give me your best answer. Let me know. I want to know how you're doing today. It's Sunday. It's a weekend. You're spending time with me. What do you think? Is it great, awesome, excellent, or are you waiting until 5 o'clock so you can get in bed because you got to get up early and you got to go back to work tomorrow? But that's okay, because when you get back to work tomorrow, you're going to be ready to rock and roll. You're going to be excited because you're going to say, listen, boss, I'm bringing something new to the table here in the next few weeks, and it's going to blow your mind, which is really, really cool. All right. Give it a few more seconds. But this is how we're going to do the polls. We're going to make this interactive training, different questions that we have throughout the training, different, not only the how are you today, but there's also questions. We get the answers in there that you can see those answers and participate. That's why it makes the live training so much better than just listening to the recording and doing that. Okay, doing those kind of things, which is great. Let me go ahead and close this out, show you the results, so you can see how awesome everyone's doing. And this is exactly the way you're going to experience it in the live training in doing that. Okay, so this is what we're going to see. This experience, you see the results and have a good time. Another thing I want to point out to you, and this is important, is right here. Let me go ahead and pull out my pen. Is right here, if you click this part here called questions, that's where you get to answer questions. That's where you get to answer those questions and see, and, ask me a question, click that, you'll be able to click that, ask me a question, I'll see that question, and I will then answer it in order as I get it. I review, I see all the questions, and I answer all the questions at the day. If I don't answer them during the webinar, I go back and I answer them to make sure that you get your answers in doing that. All right, so it's good stuff, fun stuff that we all get to enjoy when we're going through the training. So that's your virtual environment. Once we get through the live webinar, this recording gets transcribed, truncated, all kinds of conversions and made into stuff that we then post in the membership portal. So once you go back in, you see, you'll click there to live register, then you click the next one, which is exam 1 we're going to start with. Next one will be exam 2, exam 3. These are all set up for that. So once you click that, you're going to bring you into this part, the Foundation Supply Management, and you're going to click this part, Contracting and Negotiations. Is going to take you into the lesson page. Lesson page, you're going to see the video, which is a recording of the live webinar. You see the downloads, which you have already access to based on the live training, but you have the access right here. And then you're going to have different homework, different questions. And what these questions are focused on is building your strategic sourcing plan for your company, your commodity, wherever you fit in the process. That's what you're doing. You're building your strategic sourcing plan. So at the end of this, you have something actionable, something you can implement, something that you can show a return on your investment, not only of money, but of time. If you're spending time with me Tuesdays and Thursday nights for the next 3 months, you need to bring something back to the table, if anything, to show your spouse, your significant others, your boss, all these folks that, hey, this was worthwhile. In addition to the certification, you want something that you can actually implement and execute. And that's what we're going through. So every time you come in, let's make, if you miss a live training, as soon as the live training is over, we convert it, we post it right here so you can see the latest and greatest training. So not only during this series of courses, but beyond, you're always going to have fresh content, fresh recordings going through the process. And most importantly, you get the coaching. This is something you won't see in other online trainings. What they'll do is they'll give you recordings and they'll say, best of luck, good luck. Here is where we are different. When you have questions, when you have concerns, not only about the content, but your strategic sourcing plan and your career, you set up a coaching call with me, and I sit on the phone with you, and you have my personal attention for whatever time we've scheduled and set aside. And why it's important to set aside an appointment is because I got a lot of stuff going on, but when I have an appointment, that's where I'm focused during that time. Other than that, you're lucky to get me because I'm always doing something. So you send us an email at info@cpsmtraining.com or just call 877-680-0494. Say, hey, I need to talk to Randy about whatever it is. We'll set aside a specific time. We get on the phone. We talk. We answer your questions. We keep you moving. Now, a couple of examples of why this is specifically important. One, we had someone who was looking at, one of the things we'll talk about is logistics a little bit later. Now, she's been a buyer for many years, but, logistics wasn't her thing. She just had never done it. They always had a 3PL or somebody else that always took care of it. She said, Randy, I just don't do this. I don't understand logistics. I said, okay, well, let's talk about logistics and think about your own home supply chain. When you go to the grocery store, you buy stuff, and you move that stuff back home, and you store it in your cupboard, in your pantry, in your refrigerator. That's all logistics. It's a little bit bigger when you talk about your own logistics chain, but this is that's what the fundamentals are the same. Moving stuff and storing stuff until you need it. Once you need it and you used it, you're keeping track of the inventory, which is what you do every day. She goes, oh, now I get it. So she didn't spend hours and hours trying to figure it out. What she did is she spent time with me. Within 10 minutes, she was good to go. She was good to go. The other thing you want to think about is that we had someone who's going through, and exam 3 just wasn't what he was thinking about doing. Just something he's like, I just don't get it, Randy. I need time with you to figure this out. I said, great. We set aside 3 hours, and we went through slide by slide by slide with him, and what made it so interesting was that we were in a thunderstorm in Florida, and in the background, there was thunder cracking and lightning going off and the power flickering. He didn't see that. He's just like, what's going on over there? I said, hey, we'll get through this. Don't worry. We just got a thunderstorm here. But I stuck with him. We got him through it. He got through the exams, and he passed. He did a great job in doing that. So that's why this coaching is significantly different than anything else that you're going to go through. And I just want to, before we move on to this, exploit this feature. Exploit it, exploit it, exploit it, not just for your certification training, but your strategic sourcing plan, your career planning, whatever you have for the next 12 weeks, you've got me at your beck and call to get through this for you. Everything we do here is up to date with the most current material from ISM. You have the study guides using version 2. If you have version 1, they'll still work. You'll get version 2. That's most up to date. Everything we're using is working off of version 2. You get the ISM glossary. You make sure you also have this because you need the terminology and understand the terms. And they have the diagnostic test. Again, we use the ISM web diagnostic test because it has the best experience, most similar experience that you would experience when you go through the live training or live testing. When you go sit down and take your test, it's a very similar experience than what you would actually experience. Plus, we use this to gauge where you are and whether or not you're ready to take the actual test in doing that. There's the ISM Professional Series, and the question is, do I need the Professional Series? And I would offer that once you take the diagnostic test, that's when you need to determine if you need the Professional Series or not. Because a big academic textbook, it's expensive. The more effective books that you need are the CPSM study guides, are more focused on you and what you need in doing that. You have mind maps in every task going through, and it organizes it in a way that we think, and it's colorful. It's got single words and phrases, not big long sentences, and it helps us organize material so that we're better able to understand it, better able to apply it, and better able to work through it in doing that. Once you join, you become part of our community. You join LinkedIn. Just go on LinkedIn. Make sure you connect with me at linkedin.com. Just look up Randall Malden. Connect with me. Find our group, CPSM Online Training. As you can see, it's a small group. It's only for people involved in the training. Other people have asked to join their group. I know they're looking for resources for the CPSM training for that, but that's not for them. They haven't invested the way you did. This group is special just for us so that you have a group of peers there to help you become successful. It's not just about the training you're going through, but anything you need, you go in here, you ask questions, and you participate. And a new feature we're adding to our course, something that hasn't been provided before, is a strategic sourcing plan. That over the next 12 weeks, we're going to build your strategic sourcing plan. So go ahead and start thinking about a commodity that you want to work with, a project that you need to go. If you're going to build strategic sourcing as an entire capability within your organization, start to put those thoughts together, because as we go through each and every area, you're going to start building this plan so at the end you can present something. And what you're going to find is that this stuff is applicable starting Tuesday night, Wednesday morning after your first class. You're going to see there's stuff there you're going to be able to use and implement immediately, which is going to bring value back to your organization. You're going to build it. You're going to be reviewed by me. You're going to get my personal feedback on your plan if you submit it. If you don't submit it, I'm not going to give you feedback. Okay, so as we're going through, we'll be building this. I'll ask you to send it to me. I'll take a look at it, give you feedback. At the end, we'll have it vetted by us. We'll take a look at this opportunity, of course, with your permission to use the group so that we can go through and give you ideas to help build a strategic plan for you, for your team in doing that. And then you can have it ready for presentation, because part of the training is also leadership training. And how do we do that? Why is it important? Why is your investment with us going to be so valuable? Because we have the experience doing that. This is me after 20 years in the Marine Corps, doing all parts of leadership training, mainly in logistics and supply chain, building this capability and building a course that allows you to be successful. You can imagine doing operations all over the world, how you have to have things right, because when they're not right, people get hurt. So you have to have your supply chain tight, you have to have it focused, you have it able to work and build the things that you need to have it built in doing that. Written these books, you can go out on Amazon.com, you can actually download one of these right now. It's one of your handouts, Supply Chain Analysis. Go ahead and download that and take a look at that and start to read kind of how you can start to implement these ideas. Supply Chain Management by the United States Marine Corps. I did my dissertation, doctoral dissertation, on this area, mapping the supply chain from foxhole all the way to the rear and everything that went in between. There's some key learning points in this book to help you today. You look at all these different systems. Plus, you have the How to Pass the CPSM exam book. If you don't have a copy, just send me an email. We'll make sure you get a copy. You don't have to go, spend the $3 on Amazon if you don't want to. That's okay. We got a copy if you haven't already downloaded it based on our website. We've been doing this since 2010, and we have the proof with testimonials. Henry Collins just went through our course, and he did well. He did the online only, not just the live training, not the live training at all, the live boot camp. He didn't do that at all. He only went through the online training, and he found it very effective and very worthwhile and worth his time. Matt, University of California, this was what he needed. He needed a focused study program to help him get through the process and to keep him on track and on task, being involved with him. In other words, you just joined a community that's here focused to help you, in that you need to use that help. Don't just join this course and just kind of go through it lackadaisically. We're going to start talking to you, emailing you, calling you, talking to you, saying what's your plan, how are you going to do things, offering you opportunities to join us at the live course if you have the time and if you have the money to join us in the live course and doing that. Either way, this resource is here. I share with you Henry's stories that, the live is good, but it's not something you absolutely have to have. The online training works just as good and just effectively. And just to give you value, we had Tom Peters. His whole team went through this training, and such an impact was the success of this program that all executives in training have to spend 2 years in supply chain management implementing the things that we're going to talk about over the next 12 weeks. So if you're a leader and you have a team, getting them involved in this training together brings a solid foundation of knowledge that you guys can use all together, and you're going to see value right off the bat. Less than 10% of our students have asked us for a refund to pay the re-exam fees over the last 5 years in doing that. What's the program all about? Well, of course, you get the virtual training that we're talking about here, the CPSM training. You're also going to have the CPSD training, Certified Professional Supplier Diversity. Going to go through in detail so you can earn an additional certification. As I mentioned in the beginning, diversity spend is becoming a priority because there's advantages in small businesses that are not available in large businesses. One, they're lean, mean, focused on you. So by having this designation behind your name, it's going to tell people that you understand diversity programs, and you know how to not only create them, manage them, and bring a result that you're going to be able to implement for your company. And then our leadership program, Supply Chain Aces. When we have our leadership program, you're going to get a disc analysis that's going to give you a result that tells you what is your dominant personality. And what does that mean is that you can then adjust your leadership style to other people's leadership styles and how they do business. It's going to be very powerful information when you start to implement strategic sourcing. When you start to implement strategic sourcing. So this is one of those things that you want to be able to do, and you're going to have all this included. So as we get started, you'll get a link to go in, do this assessment, and it's going to give you a report. It's going to give you some key information so you can implement the fundamentals that you're going to learn through this training. Supply Chain Mastery, live webinar training, everything we've talked about up to this point. If after 30 days you're not happy, you're not seeing the value, you just let us know. We'll refund your money, no questions asked, and get you moving. But nobody's done that in a long, long time. So if you're watching this and you're one of our invitees to learn more about the program, go to cpsmtraining.com/store. Go ahead and register, get signed up, and get ready to go so we can get started here starting on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.